Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purplelunarose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, we're going to be reading for the water signs Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. I am looking at the week of January 28th through February 3rd of 2024. I will put timestamps in after the live stream is over. I'm going to start with a collective reading first. There are several cosmic influences this week. We did talk about that on Sunday night. If you're looking for that video, you can find it over on my YouTube channel under the live tab. Personal readings and birth chart interpretations can be found in my Etsy shop and, of course, over on our new PLR website. Links for that will be in the description box. All right, guys, don't forget we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. Hello, ladies. Sandra, Diana. Sound audio pick is good. Thank you, Sandra. How is everyone? I wanted to come on and talk about the energies, and I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do on this journey. In case you guys didn't know that, right? Like when you're following your purpose, you're supposed to share with others, so they feel like, not alone, or so they don't feel weird, right? But I've had so much happen to me this week that I'm still processing, still processing. That's all I'm going to say. It's funny, sometimes I feel like I have to have the answer right away. And it's like Spirit's teaching me this week, I don't. I noticed right before the live started, I was running a little bit late. I know I've been doing that more often. I really don't know why, to be perfectly honest. But I noticed it said waiting for purplelunarose, and I was like, oh my gosh, people are always waiting for me. I'm at this weird part in my journey though, where it's like I'm wondering, is it okay? Like, let's say for example, a man comes to pick you up for a date. Hi, Erica. And let's say you are late. Is that okay, or is that not okay? Right? Like, are we supposed to be on time, or are we supposed to not rush and men just have to learn to wait? I don't know, right? Like the things we learn on the journey. Michelle, Erica over on Facebook. All right, I'm going to start collective reading. Let's do 311. All right, so Queen of the Moon, because it's freaking the 23rd, right? Leo full moon. How many of you guys feel like you are feeling Leo full moon energy? Remember, a lot of us feel our energies a little earlier, I feel, than most. I think there's going to be a great purpose for that. All right, I'm going to start masculine energy first. I have resistance. I know this is going to sound weird, but for somebody, it's just got something to do with taxes. But it's definitely this energy of, it could be like resisting change. I mean, we all resist change, but I don't think that's it. I definitely heard this like fighting the man message when I turned the card over, like fighting against the rules, or fighting against like what people say it's supposed to be, something like that. It could have something to do with needing to let something go. All right, feminine energy. Yes, I feel this. Discernment comes out. I feel like I felt this for the last 2 days. And I be making like jokes about dementia and stuff around here that I probably shouldn't be making. Um, but it's this energy of like foggy brain, or hmm, I want to say like not able to see something clearly. But here's the thing, it's not that we're not able to see something clearly, it's that we see it clearly, um, but we don't know what to do about it. Could definitely have something to do with our own personal power. I mean, I say all the weird stuff over here. Ready? Here's some more weird stuff. How many of you guys feel like you can see the masculine energies around you awakening? Erica comes over to hang out on YouTube. um, do you guys feel that though? Like, do you feel like something about your own awakening, or like your own power, personal power, has something to do with the awakening that's happening to like all the masculines around you? And it doesn't have to be like someone you're in a relationship with. I just mean like, masculine energy. It's weird. It's like around me, it feels like everybody is suddenly wanting to, I don't know, be better, do better, right? But it's like, it's not even, it's more about, it's not even that. It's like, it's almost like they want to know who God is, right? I told somebody one time not too long ago, I said, God's got me. And the person was like, yeah, I need that in my life. I'm like, yeah, you do. But it's like, that's the energy. Like, that's what's trying to happen. Is it possible that some are resisting the change? I mean, it's possible, but I don't think that's it. I think it's almost like people around them expect them to resist the change. And it's like, that's what they're resisting, right? It's like now, I had another masculine energy say something to me about, they feel that, women don't want them to express their emotions. Women want them to be like tough, or whatever. And it's like, if they have feelings, or if they have like feminine energy, then there just must be weird, or there just must be something wrong with them, right? um that's not true. But it's really eye-opening to see that they feel this way, right? All right, acceptance is going to be the bridging energy. And I feel that. I feel like we are definitely at this point where we're just kind of accepting people for who they are. I was editing one of the videos for the clips. I was cutting out, the things and just putting in like whatever sign it was. And I can't remember which sign or which reading. They all start to blur together after a while. But it was like this energy where I was telling someone, I was like, why are you worried about what someone thinks if they're not awakened? Like, if life is happening to them, then clearly that's why they are so upset, right? Like, that's why they spew their upsetness out into the world. At least I know that's why I was doing it, right? So it's like, when we wake up and we start to learn the things, and we um we start it's not about control. We start creating the life that we want. It's not about controlling life. It's about creating the life that you want, right? I mean, it's like, when we start doing that, we don't judge people. We don't we're not harsh to people, right? We love unconditionally. We have compassion. We have understanding. All the things. So it's like there's definitely some energy around the masculine where it's like there's worry about what people think, but it's like it's the miserable people. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to say any whatever. It's not like we're all happy go lucky over here either, right? Like this crap's challenging. But it's like there's this energy of like being concerned what someone else will think, but it's like that shouldn't matter. Like that energy shouldn't affect what it is that you're doing. For feminine, it's like we are just now realizing, I think, that we hear it all the time. And we start the journey because of the one person that broke the camel's back, right? That's what I'm going to call it from now on. But it's like that's why we start the journey. What we hear that like when we awaken or when we ascend or when we heal, that it helps the counterpart energy, that it helps the whatever. I've had this massive lesson this week. Like, what if it's not just that? Like, what if it's way bigger than that? What if it's like all the masculine energy? On the bottom is the balance card. All right, so I know you guys seen the Witch's Tarot, modern Witch's Tarot. We're going to use those for the elements, but I'm going to stick with Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. It's the Twilight lovers, right? For the collective, let's look at that masculine energy. The Six of Swords comes out, being guided. It talks about how Spirit's guiding you to calmer waters. It's normally the card where you see like the family in the boat and the man's in the back, like steering the boat. The water is always really turbulent where they are, but it's like it's going towards calmer water. The Ten of Pentacles also came out. The Ten of Pentacles, again, ascension. You see the stairs. But it's goals, accomplishments, achievements, the things that you want. Seven of Swords is here. All right, so Seven of Swords is normally like deceit, something hidden. Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. The Seven of Swords. A wall is built, ready to withstand whatever attacks may come. Ooh. What does it mean, though, when the builder of the wall spends more time... Throat chakra. What does it mean, though, when the builder of the wall spends more time convincing herself that she is in the right as she does anything else? Ooh, resistance. All right, let's look at discernment. So it's like being guided to what it is that you want for masculine energy. But something about the wall being put up. It's almost like, how bad do you want something? Are you willing to follow spiritual guidance? That scared the crap out of me. Three cards comes out. Five of Swords, King of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Ooh. Dang, it's like we're getting the spankings, right? Okay, so Five of Swords is it's wishy-washy. It's that wishy-washy energy. It's confusion. See how our head looks like it's spinning back and forth? It is the victory card. I've never really seen the Five of Swords as a victory card because it comes at a high cost. And then you have King of Cups, and King of Cups is divine masculine. And then Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning. I definitely feel like there has been a lot of confusion. That's not true. I feel like I get upset when people say that they're confused on who their DM is, or like who their divine masculine, or who their counterpart is. And the reason I say that is because I've always believed that it's the person that woke you up, right? Like you only have one person that wakes you up. So you live your life in your sleep and shit's just miserable, right? And then something happens here lately. I'm telling you, it's going to be the one that broke the camel's back. It's the one that shook your foundation the most, the one that jarred you awake the most. These are usually I feel like we always try to keep such a protective energy over the divine masculine when we tell our stories. I was listening to another twin reader, and she was talking about how she wrote a book, and in her book, like she didn't tell anything crappy that the divine masculine did because she doesn't want anybody to see them, like in a certain light. There's going to be something to that. Like we're probably going to have to start being a little bit more honest about like the things that happen. I also seen this post. I was telling a friend of mine, like, I seen a post on Facebook that said something like, you can't tell me, like, if you can't get upset on how I tell the story. If you wanted me to tell your part of it better, then you should have treated me better, right? Like it said something like that. But there is this energy of in my journey where I've always known that this is the one that I awakened, right? And then I came out here and started reading for you guys and doing these twin readings, and it's like I see that there's people that and those people really aren't in here, right? The people that are in here are the ones that are here regularly. It's because we're on this freaking journey, right? But the ones that come and go, or like just come and then don't really stay very long because they're trying to make something fit that doesn't fit right into like their own journey. It's like they always would question who their twin was. Oh, it was so and so. It was this person. Oh no, it's this person. Oh, I met this new guy and it's this guy, right? And I would get so upset. I'd be like, no, it's still the one person, right? Like you can't just, it's just that person. But I think the biggest problem is that we want it to be that person that is like this perfect person. And really, in all reality, they were actually far from perfect, right? That's what woke us up, right? And I think the whole purpose of the journey is that we heal ourselves. And when we do that, we come into alignment with the masculine energy that is aligned to us, right? Like is also healed and aligned to us. Is it going to be the one that broke the camel's back? I don't know. I don't know. And I've never, I feel like I've always came out here and said it's the purpose, it's the purpose, it's the purpose, right? Because I heard that from day one. I don't think so. I I know, right? Um, I don't think so. I think it doesn't matter. I think it doesn't matter. And I think we're always trying to put a certain divine masculine in a certain role or in a certain position. And we're always going back and forth with, is this the right thing I'm supposed to do? If we just stop doing that and just focus on us, oh my gosh, like things would be so much easier. At least I feel like that's the message that I've been getting so far this week. All right, let's look at acceptance. Acceptance is when we surrender. It's when we turn to spirit and not one another. It's when we want to go find it's not about going to find, it's when we have found our truth and then we accept our truth for what it is. In other words, like my ears just started ringing. In other words, like we accept ourselves for who we are. I just want to say no major arcanas, and then it comes out. Did you guys see it? Ooh, I hope it was on camera. I get so excited, y'all. The lovers comes out, which is my clue card for the twin journey. And I just got done saying that no major arcanas had come out. Okay, so remember, guys, the tarot is split in there's major arcanas right at the top. I say they're spirit energy, right? They're divinely fated energy. And then there's the minor arcanas, like the Five of Swords. We're the ones with the negative thinking. We're the ones with the wishy-washy energy. Spirit is not wishy-washy at all. Spirit knows exactly what the heck we're supposed to be doing, right? And it's unconditional love. Like we're supposed to, that's what we're doing. But the lovers, I know it's my clue card for the twin journey, but it is actually the meaning of the card is a very challenging decision, a choice that we make every single day when we choose to love and heal ourselves so that we can become better people in society, right? So that we can become better partners. And it's not only just that, it's so that we can attract better partners. I love seeing the 4. There's something about the acceptance card being the number 4. It's like we're building a new foundation, a new understanding. It's like we're healing is the number 1 priority, which is weird because I feel like that's what I just got done talking about when we were starting. Is like I feel like that's what's happening to all the masculine energy around me. All right, so the 6 of Pentacles comes out. The 6 of Pentacles says we get assistance, we get help, the scales get balanced, and 2 of Swords is here. So I feel like we've been feeling stuck. We've been feeling like, where are we supposed to go next? Or what decisions are safe to make at this point? I was telling another friend of mine, I was like, I just don't trust myself. I just don't. And I really don't want to say that because it's not that I don't trust myself. It's that I don't trust you. I know I said it. Okay. My faith in spirit has grown so strongly. And since all of 2023 was so challenging, that my faith has grown so very, very strongly. I feel like it's helped me with my anxiety. It's helped me with my depression. It's helped me with like all the PTSD crap. It's just really helped me a lot. Faith, it's amazing. It's funny, when I first started this journey, that was the first thing they said was just have faith and you'll get better. And I was like, what? And then it took me all these years to learn what that meant, right? And now I get it. So it stinks to say that I don't trust myself or that I doubt myself. It's not that. I do trust myself and I don't doubt myself, because I know that spirit guides me and I'm following the guidance. I'm paying attention to where I'm being told to go. But yeah, like I feel this energy where I'm having a challenging time trusting those around me, or like those, they don't have to be around me. It's like energy that I'm having to experience, right? The 2 of Swords is about getting unstuck, like understanding that there was never anything to fear in the first place. On the bottom is the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is fate, destiny. I just want you guys to know we pulled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know a lot of people don't pull major arcanas, but I'm Rosa and I pull them all the time. So I find it really interesting that the only major arcana that came out for water signs collective reading is going to be Gemini, the lovers. All right, let's do some head, heart, higher self. I'm going to use the Moonology Oracle. So now we're going to look at masculine's thoughts, feelings, and the higher self lesson. Thoughts, feelings, higher self lesson. Emotions are running high. It's the supermoon. Can you try to manifest too with that supermoon card? Luck is on your side, new moon and Sagittarius. And the answers you need are coming, full moon and Gemini. Higher self lesson. So it's like this masculine has questions about their spiritual journey, spiritual path. Luck is on your side could be a message, but I don't think so. I think that they're just feeling the heart chakra awakening. Remember how I said, like, when you get to the bottom and you're that phoenix rising, and I feel like divine feminine is going to understand this the most, right? Because we just went through all this. But it's like this energy of everything tastes good, everything smells good, everything is delicious, everything puts a smile on your face, right? Everything is gold. When you're rising from that pit of whatever the heck you go through in Dark Night of the Soul, you do feel lucky to be alive, right? Lucky to be breathing, lucky to be free, lucky to be doing what it is that you want to do, right? All right. Divine feminine, head, heart, higher self. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. This is spirit yelling at me about the camera on a regular basis now, y'all. Like on a regular basis. Can you imagine being me? Like, can you just put yourself in my shoes for just a moment, and have this experience that we're all here for, right? In this town, very small town, um, with like a church of some sort on every block, every two, 1.2 miles, um, where everyone goes to the dollar store to talk about your business. Um, you see what I'm trying to say? Can you imagine? There's this lady, she runs this little gas station down the road that I go to. She keeps books for me. I like to read Nora Robert books. I mean, I haven't really been able to, in the last little bit, but I like to sneak one in from time to time. But she keeps them for me, and she'll text me. She'll say, somebody brought you one of your books, and I'll, run to the little gas station to get it. But she always has something to say. Like she always, has something to say. But she said something to me about like not putting my face on the camera. And I was like, well, heck, my picture's up there. I mean, Photoshop, look how beautiful that picture is. Y'all, if you want me to make your picture look like that, you just let me know. So I was like, at least my picture's out there. I get on the camera sometimes from time to time. If you go check out my channel, you'll see me on there. But can you the ups and downs, the emotions that we feel on this freaking sinking journey? Can you imagine me having to have my face on the camera? Can you imagine having to do this in your, perspective areas of life? It's hard. It's hard to come out here and just tell people what happened. Apparently, though, the authenticity and the what's the word, like the being able to see clearly through my journey is like really important on this journey. Like for somehow that helps, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it, I get the feeling, like understanding what, like, wow, somebody else is experiencing something I'm experiencing, or wow, someone else understands what I'm, understanding. I get that. But like, I'm a whole person, I'm a whole human being. I have like emotions and shit going on in here, and I gotta like process and deal my own thing. Like, I can't imagine. Spirit's gonna have to give me a break with the whole camera. I'll show people as much as I can when I can, right? A new romantic cycle begins is in the heart space. Look at this. I thought that was scales. It's actually an arrow. How interesting. But I thought it was like two scales there for a second, like something was being balanced out in the heart space. You do have your hard work is paying off. It's new moon in Capricorn, and that's going to be higher self lesson. I feel like we're all seeing rewards. Have you guys seen the growth over just on YouTube alone? I mean, how awesome is that, right? When I say we are centimeters away from the 4,000 watch hours, no joke, y'all. So if you've missed any lives, please go check them out, right? All right, let's do some messages. I feel like I haven't been a fan of the messages in the last few lives we've been doing just because the telepathy has been like way too much. I remember when I first really started to learn what this journey was about, and I didn't understand the telepathy. It's usually one of the things that when it first happens, for divine feminine, it's usually one of the reasons that you run. And I think it's funny for those of you guys that are out there that think you don't run. I just want you guys to know that both the divine masculine and the divine feminine run from this journey. People are like, no, I didn't run. I'm the chaser. No, or they'll say like, I'm the runner and he's the chaser. No, you're both runners. You don't actually. I don't feel like you start chasing, like you may chase a person, but you don't start chasing the journey until you surrender. Since I met you, I have more energy to push towards my goals. The twin journey definitely gives you the motivation, right? Like the inspiration. I feel like it gives me daily inspiration. Thank you for teaching me how to appreciate the small things in life. This is masculine to feminine. You're the only one who gets me without saying anything. I feel like that's just spirit giving me a big confirmation on what I was just saying about the telepathy. All right, let's do feminine to masculine. I hope I'm not getting sick, but I definitely can tell, like my throat, my voice, have mercy. I'm so grateful I met you. Are you sure you are real? That's interesting. Because I just had this moment in my journey where I was like, see, I don't want to say it. I want to be like, I had this moment where I was like, who is who? Because I know who is who. But I just had this moment in my journey, I guess I could say it this way, where I just realized that it's bigger than what I originally thought. You are my lucky charm. Since I met you, I've manifested all sorts of things. I think that has more to do with alignment than manifesting. I feel like that's what got our attention, but now we understand that it's alignment. I made a comment about it the other day. I was like, I'm not really doing all the different little manifestation things. It doesn't mean things aren't manifesting. They still are. Everything's still growing. It's alignment. So it's like when we get into alignment, the things come in the way they're supposed to, and like they come in easier. When we move out of alignment, which I did just in the last week, just in the last 6 months, I can't tell you the freaking roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the moment I do, I get confirmation that I've moved out of alignment, right? It makes it a lot easier to get back into alignment. I will say that. I love that I can be myself around you comes out. I wrote you a letter on paper, but I'm too afraid to show it to you. That's just spirit reminding me that I have an email to send. All right, let's do guidance. So I picked the Sacred Traveler Denise Lynn. So remember, she says this is your higher self. You have cleansing waters. Purification activates vibrant life force. You have choosing your path. All is possible. I feel that was like a whole new, I don't know. It's that Leo full moon. And answering the call, the time is now. Overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything is on the bottom. That's been giving me that sword in the stone story, right? The answering the call for some of us, this is going to be an actual physical phone call. The choosing your path, though, let's talk about that. I feel like it gives me this energy of the Fool card, like being able to take the leap of faith, um, being being able to write your, I don't know what the word is I'm trying to think of here, like your journey. I talked about this yesterday. I want to say it was yesterday. I was like, I started this journey thinking it was like written in the stars, right? Like it was like the astrology. The astrology says that we were born under these stars and we're going to do things a certain way. We're going to learn certain lessons a certain way. And all of that is very true. But do we change when we awaken and we start creating the life that we want? Do we change that reality? Like, do we make it as we go? Like, that's what happened to me yesterday. And it was like this moment where I realized I'm at this place where I can literally make this journey whatever it is I want to make it. Like, if I don't want to talk about the twins anymore, it's like spirit told me I don't have to. I don't have to. If I want to come out here and talk about um Dark Night of the Soul and the journey towards the light, I can. I can. If I want to come out here and talk about birth charts, I can just do a whole channel just on birth charts. If I want to come out here and you see what I'm trying to say, it doesn't have to be a certain way. And I thought that everything had to be like a certain way because it was fate, it was destiny, it was written that way. No, that's not the case. I think it's the case until we begin our ascension, until we begin like the healing process. And that's why we repeat cycles, and that's why we repeat like generational curses, and that's why you see like, families dealing with the same pain and the same hurt over and over and over. It's like it takes that one person to go, I see the light. I'm not scared. I'm going to go that way, right? That's the energy that I got yesterday. It's like I don't have to make it about this certain thing. I don't have to make it about this certain person. And you know what's really interesting? The funniest thing of all is in this journey, the person that awakened me kept telling me, like, stop giving your credit away. You did the work. You did the work. You built it. You did it. And I didn't understand what that meant. I didn't understand. I was like, but I wouldn't have done it if this hadn't happened, right? No, that's not true. It would have just happened another way. You see what I'm saying? A different person, another way. We're definitely at this energy where it's like the slate is clean and we can pretty much make it what we want to make it from here on out. All right, that's going to be collective reading. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm going to clean up really quickly and then we'll start with Cancer. Have mercy. The water signs are always so emotional, right? Jenna says, song of the day, turn, turn, turn by the birds. I seen your negative ghostwriter not happening. That was so funny. All right, y'all, give me a moment to get it together. It's funny, y'all. When we first started these, I used to get so nervous when it was time for the water signs. It's always so emotional. I used to get so nervous. And it's like now I don't really get nervous anymore because, you know, God's got me. But it's like I know it's gonna come. So it's still, yeah. I know. I let it play. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, does it say 4215? Erica, I'm so glad that you said these help. I love you so much. All right, 4230. And for those of you that read, it's like, you know, when you get done with something and it's like, I don't know, you feel tired, you know what I'm trying to say? It takes a lot of energy. And it's funny, when I first started, I used to be like, why are those tarot readers say they're so tired? Like, I don't understand why they're tired. I get it now. All right, Cancer, January 28th through February 3rd. Queen of the Moon, we're going to do energy of the week. The path comes out. It's number 8. On the bottom, the faith card. I feel like that's been a pretty big word for me on this journey. The path card says that the path is being lit up for you. And you see it. You're trying to decide whether you want to go that way or not. But I feel like it's not trying to decide. That's what the card used to mean to me. I feel like now it's more, it's like you're not trying to decide, you're just trying to see how to go about it. It's more about not making reckless choices or decisions or actions. I'm going to use Sacred Traveler. Have cleansing waters again. We've seen that for the bridging, for the collective energies. Purification activates vibrant life force. There's going to be something about all is forgiven. The words I heard. It could have something to do with realizing that, like, when we offer forgiveness, it helps us in return, like, it helps us to forgive. The Cancer, this could also have something to do with forgiveness of your own choices or actions. I felt that with the past card because it's like now you don't want to make a reckless decision or like a hasty decision. Taking shelter is lesson learned. The answers are within. Crossing bridges, it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Passion and pleasure was on the bottom. So Cancer, I definitely get this energy that it's about forgiveness, healing. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. But there's this energy of not sure. It's like not sure which path to take. That's not true. I feel like you know which path to take, but the answers are within. It's like you're waiting for something and you already know. See how she's standing down there with her arms behind her back? I used to say, like, she's trying to decide whether she wants to go take that path or not. I feel like you already know. Cleansing waters, purification activates vibrant life force. I mean, I don't really like to talk about health. I'm not a doctor, but I feel like it has something to do with when we cleanse our heart, like when we offer forgiveness or we allow to, like, we forgive ourselves of something, like when we see why something had to happen a certain way, does that give us life back? Like, does that heal us? Yes, right? Yes. When I was in my dark night of the soul, it was a big vodka bottle, just drowning in that bottle. But I was so sickly, like so I don't know what the word is. It just I didn't feel good. I didn't feel healthy. I didn't feel lively, right? And it's like as I remove and still to this day continue to remove. And here's my new thing. This is my new crap. I probably shouldn't show the brand. They don't give me no money. Um, but the puffer, I call it the puffer. It's a vape. That's my new, um, like thing that I'm trying to cleanse from. But it's like the more things I move out, the better I feel. So for some of you, it's going to have something to do with like a health situation or how alive you feel. But taking shelter, the answers are within. It's like you know something about the path that you're taking. And that's why I know the card says it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing, but I feel like it has more to do with you than it does someone else, Cancer. But I mean, is it possible that you've blocked someone out, you've burned the bridge, and then you go through this healing purification, right? You go within to find the things you need to know instead of like from someone else or somewhere else. This is like this energy where you allowed someone else to tell you who you were. It's like by their action. So in other words, like let's say you're in a relationship and the person leaves you. Well, then it's like, oh, well, must not be lovable because this person left. It's like that type of energy. So it's like, so when you heal that situation, then can you like rebuild the bridge? Can you connect with that person again? Can you heal that part of the relationship because you healed the part where you believe that their actions had something to do with who you are? The Four of Swords comes out. It's because she's laying in the bed, she's holding her head. So the Four of Swords does talk about healing, resting, going within, all those words that we see here. But I also want you to know that Minnow Pond, y'all. Minnow Pond is not a bad person. Somebody asked me recently what I thought about Minnow, or they were just telling me like, who's Minnow Pond? And I was like, I actually learned how to read tarot from watching Minnow Pond. And it's funny because he will read us tarot and he's like, I don't just spew the meanings of tarot out here. I read intuitively. I'm not making fun of him by no means. I shouldn't have said that. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I shouldn't have said it that way. But here's the thing. We do tell you what the meanings are, right? Like that we do use intuition, of course. And I'm saying we, like I'm in that level. But my whole point of being here, my purpose is to show other twins that this experience happened to me so that they don't stay in the vodka bottle, so that they come out and be like, oh my God, I have purpose and I can go out here and I can have this amazing life. I can do these things, right? That's my purpose. Part of that is understanding that we have tools that we're allowed to use, like, for example, astrology or, for example, tarot, right? And part of me telling you what the meanings of the card is has been very important to me, like since day one, because I want you to understand that I used to say that I'm not magical, but I've recently found out like I am freaking absolutely amazingly magical. But we all are, okay? We all are. So it's like the whole point is to make you see that you can do this too. Like you can read tarot too. You can connect with source in this way too, right? So, um, I will say that I feel, and I'm just being honest here because, I'm getting this opportunity. But I will say that I feel like I don't sugarcoat things as much as other readers do. And I'm not saying Minnow Pond in specific. I'm just saying I feel like my Aries, I want to say he is Aries too. Maybe he's a Pisces. I think he's a Pisces. I don't know. But I feel like my Aries allows me to just go, hey, this is bullshit, right? Um, and a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people like to tiptoe and be like, oh no, it's gonna be okay. And it's like I'm out here going, no, it's not okay. This is hard. This is freaking challenging. And this is the crap that we have to do to make it unchallenging. So yeah, I mean, I would love to come out here every week and be like, yes, you're gonna find money this week. Yes, you're gonna have abundance. Yes, you're gonna find the love of your life this week and the next week and the week after that and the week after that. I mean, I would love to do that, but this is like reality and this is the world that we live in. And it's like we have to deal with the things that are here in the present now, right? It's funny because like right before the live, Miss Tina was like, I was talking to Miss Tina and I was like, I get irritated sometimes that spirit, we're always current energy. We're always a week ahead, a week ahead. That's it. That's as far out as we're allowed to go. And most of us on this week ahead, most of us that are, leaders in this specific type of spiritual awakening journey, we've already felt this energy. I'm just giving you confirmation of what's happened already. So it's like I can't wait for the day that spirit like opens it up for me and like I want to start seeing where's some Powerball numbers. You know what I'm saying? I want to start seeing like what's happening in 2025. Like what's my grandbabies gonna how many grandbabies am I gonna have? Like you see what I'm saying? Like I want to start seeing like the bigger thing, but I don't know. It's like spirit keeps me very present. Very present. So, Four of Swords is also healing. It's healing and it's a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise. So, something is happening, Cancer. Maybe has you sitting like put. Maybe there's not a lot of action, there's not a lot of going places. Maybe you're not feeling good. But it's the synergy of healing and again, blessing and disguise. Seven of Pentacles comes out, patience. King of Cups, divine masculine, clue card. The divine masculine is someone, okay, King of Cups, counselor, mentor, therapist, coach. But it's energy that we trust this person. We trust them with our whole heart. Um, it's someone who we can tell our deepest fears and desires too. And it's like we know they'll hold that secret. Mentor, counselor, therapist, coach. Seven of Pentacles is be patient. Be patient. Cleansing waters, purification activates vibrant life force. Three of Wands, taking action towards your future. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is my clue card for a breakup. It is the card that says someone comes in and gives you this message of freedom, liberty. It's very possible that you're giving yourself this message because this is the action that you're taking. This is the cleansing. This is the purification. You're breaking free from something that's had you, I want to say, tied to it for a long time, but it's like working on it for a long time. Queen of Pentacles comes out. Queen of Pentacles is learning to become your own resource. Could have something to do with taking control of your finances, but I feel like that wasn't ever the issue. It was maybe understanding that you needed to heal something for you and not necessarily for someone else, or didn't have anything to do with someone else. Taking shelter, the answers are within. That's going to be your current lesson. But I feel like, again, this is something. We have this Leo full moon in just a couple of days. So a lot of times this card is something that's happening right now when we have like a big cosmic influence. But I feel like this is the energy you've been in. You've been taking shelter. Like I see the snow. It's this energy of like you've been spending this time healing. Six of Swords comes out. There's that card we were talking about in the collective. Being guided to calmer waters. You can see how the water is always really turbulent where they're at. And it's like where they're headed, the water is calmer. Eight of Cups comes out. Eight of Cups, Cancer says that you're moving on. You're moving on. That's what I'm going to say from now on. Eight of Cups is you're moving on. Three of Cups comes out. Three of Cups could be celebration, but I feel like it's more about soul family, soul tribe. And so you could also be leaving a third party situation behind. I wanted to say it was moving on, but it's like you were guided to leave that situation behind. Crossing bridges, it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Look at that. Ten of Swords comes out. Big confirmation. It's a completion to a painful life cycle. King of Wands is here. King of Wands could say, like, be confident in yourself and your abilities. Be confident in your actions. Three of Pentacles is here, and Three of Pentacles is about teamwork. This is so weird. Okay, so I don't think the King of Wands is actually you, Cancer. I think you are crossing bridges because you are closing out painful life cycles. But I feel like King of Wands is actually someone, okay, so King of Wands is also an energy of someone who's like overly cocky. It's like they are just maybe overly confident in themselves, right? I don't think you're overly confident in yourself. And I don't think this person is actually overly confident in themselves anymore either. It's like they're becoming more confident in themselves, but it's more of an energy of like teamwork. Now, instead of feeling like, I almost said like I'm better than you, but I don't think they ever felt like they were better than you. But it's like, I don't know, just somebody who was like really just overly cocky. I don't know a better word. I'm from Kentucky, y'all. We say the weirdest things down here. But Three of Pentacles is like now they want to put in the work, right? Like now it's this energy of they want to put in the work. The painful life cycle is over. Crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. On the bottom is the Two of Pentacles. All right, so I pulled out the angel inspiration and I also pulled out the book. So we're going to, I don't know why this one is so long. It's freaking me out. But we're supposed to read it out of the book. Look at that. Ooh, the confirmation. Sorry, I get so excited. All right, number 38, forgiveness is here. We're going to read it out of the book. Right after I grab my tea. Are y'all ready? It's number 38. It says forgiveness, release, healing, moving on. It says moving on in the book. I love spirit. All right. It says, we have all done something that we regret or have been hurt by someone else. Holding grudges and wanting revenge solves nothing. It traps us in a cycle of anger and resentment. Learning to forgive others is not only beneficial for the other person, but it allows you to heal and release you from a perpetuating cycle of blame. Forgiveness does not mean you need to forget what has been done, but it does allow both parties to move on their lives. Forgiveness does not depend on both you or the other person forgiving simultaneously. The sooner you forgive or accept forgiveness from others, the sooner you can begin to heal. It says, the angels ask, do you believe that you or another person is not deserving of forgiveness? Do you hold on to blame and resentments? Tell yourself, I am able to heal myself from a place of forgiveness. I forgive myself and all those who have done me harm. This is so weird because it's like, remember, I'm Cancer rising, but it's like, I'm in this week, this journey, it's like, did I not forgive someone like a long time ago? And then I just repeated a cycle over and over and over. Like, is that what happened? Miss Tina asked me about someone recently. She was like, who is that person? And I was like, oh, it's just, someone I knew from another life, right? Like when you're younger, it's a whole other life. And I was like, but there was like nothing bad happened. And it was like the moment I said it, I started to remember all the things. And I was like, okay, well maybe some bad stuff happened. But it was like I'm just wondering, like now it's like I don't know, I just have this weird feeling, like, is it possible that I experienced something and it's like instead of dealing with it, I swept it under the rug and was like, oh no, I'm totally cool, it's fine. And then just kept playing it out over and over and over and over, right? Awakening. It's so much fun. All right, Cancer, show the world the real you. Have mercy. It's the full moon in Aquarius. We have the energy is gaining momentum, definitely. And two more come out. Prosperity lies ahead. It's new moon in Taurus. And a time to give rather than take. It's new moon in Virgo. All right, Cancer, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. Look at that. You are good enough for moon in Virgo. If it was, guys, tap that like button for me. Like, share, comment, all the good things. I'm going to clean up really quickly and we're going to move on to the famous Scorpio. I didn't say infamous. I said famous. Y'all remember that one time that I accidentally said infamous? This is like the longest water signs ever. I forgot it's on a loop. I'm like, why won't it stop? That's gonna mean something. Our music and tarot, I was showing Sandra and Diana. We got this weird, it's like a strike, but it's not a strike. I don't know. It's like they sent us a message and it says like it doesn't hurt the channel. It's just blocked from certain countries. There's a couple of countries. But it's funny because the only song that it was copyrighted for was that very first song that I played on the music and tarot. And the song is called Loop. I got this feeling like I just had this massive aha. And it's like maybe now the cycle finally stops, or like the loop finally stops, right? All right, y'all, Scorpio. 108.44. Scorpio, this is going to be for January 28th through February 3rd. I'm going to start with Queen of the Moon. The Hunger card comes out. Ooh. All right, so here's the meaning to the cards. Ready? So the Hunger card says we have two wolves, good wolf and the bad wolf. So it says that you're fighting to figure out which wolf to feed. So, when you feed the good wolf, you do good things. And when you feed the bad wolf, you do bad things. And it's going to have something to do with pleasure, experiencing pleasure, enjoyment. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. Knowledge. Knowledge is power. When you awaken, you learn that you can experience like certain, dang it, I don't know how to say this. Um, like feelings, gratifications. All right, here's a perfect story. There is this old like Indian guy. I don't know if he's Indian or not, what country he's from. He's from that side of the world, okay? And he wears like, the gown and like the headpiece. He's got this big beard and he's always telling these really profound lessons to people, right? Like he's, I don't know, you guys probably maybe know who I'm talking about, maybe you don't, I don't know. But it's like he was telling this story. Somebody was asking, like, why are you always so happy and you're always smiling and your eyes are always so red? And somebody asked him, like, did he smoke marijuana? And he was like, no, I don't smoke marijuana. And he goes, I know I look like I smoke marijuana. He goes, but I don't. He said, he had just become so enlightened and so connected to spirit and source and his own soul and his own human body. And he had just gained the knowledge, and he knew that like our bodies release certain types of chemicals and like certain things when we are in high vibrational energies that could make you feel like euphoric or extreme bursts of happiness or these types of things. For some of you that could be the issue. For others of you, this is going to be about dealing with, like, I mean, I don't know how to say this without, like, desires of the flesh. I mean, that's probably the easiest, kindest way I could say it. So which wolf are you going to feed? The good wolf or the bad wolf? Seeing them navigating by the stars. It's the card where everything looks dark and you're not sure if you're making the right decisions or the right turn. Is something gonna pop up around the corner? I mean, some of you could even feel like howling at the moon. It is, we're a couple days away from that Leo full moon. That protected by angels. Ah, thank you, Spirit. I can feel the fear here. I can feel your fear. I can feel the want to feed the good wolf, but the fear of the bad wolves coming after you. Protected by angels, you're cherished by angels. Here's what I'm going to say. When you're in your awakening, when you're connecting to spirit, source, God, whatever label you got to put there, to say that you're highly protected is such an understatement. And I think I'm starting to figure out why we're so protected. I think I said it in yesterday's live, or maybe it was a live before that. I don't know. Again, they all start to blur together. But it's like I get this feeling that, I mean, it's not a feeling, it's a knowing. I know that we are here because of spirit's will, spirit's purpose. Like spirit's will is for us to love unconditionally. Like that's the whole purpose. And so it's like that's why we awaken, that's why we connect with God, that's why we start following this, I want to be a better person, I want to give unconditional love, I want to do these things, right? Like that's why, because that's spirit's will. So I feel like that's why we are so highly protected, right? Like that's why we see things happen. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the car has been my biggest sign that I get on a regular basis. Is like I'll be in the car with someone, and where you have those moments where like you just see something flash right in front of your eyes, and you're like an inch over, and that could have been like the end of days, right? But it wasn't, and it never is. It's like we're always highly, highly protected. I guess some of us could jump into that whole matrix theory, and then it's like we're just jumping timelines and timelines and we never die. I mean, I guess that's possible, but I don't know that yet. All I know is that right now in this timeline, I feel like super highly protected everywhere I go. And it's not even, here's what I want to say, Scorpio. It's not even just about like, things happening in cars, or like nature or things like that. Um, I'm protected from shitty people. Yeah, I know, right? I just said it. But it's like I can be somewhere where someone is just spewing their hate and their venom at me, and I don't see them, I don't smell them anymore, I don't even know that they exist anymore. You know what I'm trying to say? It's that type of highly protected. So it's like if you're fighting the demons, if you are trying to go towards the light, if you are praying, if you are doing all the things, does that mean like the darkness doesn't come after you? I mean, no, of course it still does. In fact, it probably does more so now because you're going towards the light and it's trying to suck you back into the darkness, right? So it's like if you keep doing that, you will see though that like these people, these energies, these whatever we want to call them, like they can't touch you. They can't touch you and they can't affect you in ways that they could affect you before. They can't make you go do something now, whereas before you probably were a lot more willing, right? Protected, highly protected. I don't know why I turned that over. Ooh, there's that transformation card. Scorpio energy, Phoenix rising energy, right? A fresh new way of living emerges. So the challenge or obstacle is believing that you're protected by angels. Lesson learned, you have found some form, something new, because it's like you see the child. So it's like you found some form of happiness, something that brings you great joy, excitement. It's probably, feeding that good wolf, right? And it's like there's this energy where it's like something could be coming and trying to test you, or like poke the bear type of energy. And spirit's telling you, like, just stay and don't let something take your happiness. Don't doubt that you're protected. Like if you believe you're protected, if you have the understanding that you're protected, that energy can't touch you. Watching the clouds, lie back, rest, and relax is what you're supposed to be doing. That card just gives me this energy like spirit has it under control. Don't overthink or like over worry yourself into a corner is what I'm hearing. All right, Seven of Cups, choices. So big confirmation. Which wolf are you going to feed? And the Seven of Cups talks about how you have multiple choices, but you always see the clouds. And the Seven of Cups is like it's blocking the view of what's in the cups. Not every choice or option is good. King of Cups comes out again, clue card for divine masculine. Could have something to do with counselor, therapist. And Three of Pentacles comes out again, partnership, teamwork, working together. It could say have something to do with like the choice could be that working with someone who you trust, like working with someone who has that type of characteristics, counselor, mentor, therapist, coach, right? All right, protected by angels, Knight of Swords. It's that breakup card, the clue card. But again, it's like being courageous enough to deliver a message about freedom, clarity, understanding. Four of Swords comes back out again, healing, resting. But again, it's like a blessing in disguise. Ace of Swords, new clarity, new understanding. It's very possible that this week you get this energy where you realize that you have this type of protection and it helps you speak truth to the people or to the energies that are, poking the bear, right? Joy and delight, open your heart to joy. Nine of Cups comes out. This is divine wishes are granted. Seven of Wands says stand your ground, fight for something. And I just heard that one. How's it go? It goes something like, if you don't fight for something, you fall for everything. Is that right? I don't know if I said that right. Ten of Wands is there, and Ten of Wands is about heavy burdens on your shoulders, but it talks about laying the burdens down. And I feel like that's what Spirit is saying here. Like, don't let someone take your happiness. Don't let someone else's burdens become your burdens. Watching clouds, lie back, rest, and relax. There's Scorpio energy coming out. Again, I'm getting like there's some healing energy here, but of course, the Judgment card is about hearing your calling, hearing your purpose. Three of Cups is here, like mind, soul tribe, soul family, and Three of Wands taking action towards your future. On the bottom is the Hermit. I think that's the action that you're actually taking. The Hermit is about withdrawing. The Hermit is about being very protective of your energies. And it's interesting to me, she's closing the laptop. All right, guidance card. Virgo energy coming out strongly with the Hermit. The Kindness card, Archangel Camille is on the bottom. Kindness, giving, and beauty. A kind word, gesture, or even a simple smile costs us nothing, yet we often withhold these simple acts of kindness. So often giving and sharing things of beauty with others comes with expectations of what we will receive in return. Small things done on the spur of the moment without thought for thanks or anything in return brings back a sense of community, a sense of acknowledgement of another person through very little effort at all. Perhaps you have been on the receiving end of such kindness and can remember how it brought a smile to your heart and a light to your day. It says, Hayil asked you to show your appreciation to friends, family, and strangers with random acts of kindness. The angels ask, are you kind to your fellow humans and animals alike? Do you share and receive kindness with a grateful, loving heart? Tell yourself, I brighten the lives of others through simple acts of random kindness. I show kindness and respect for all living beings. There's going to be something to that because I definitely got this energy like there's something trying to poke at you or something trying to like get through your barrier. So it's like, I was going to say, I don't feel like Spirit would say be kind to it, but that's actually not true. Spirit would tell you to be kind to it. Spirit would tell you to show that energy unconditional love. And you're supposed to do that because you're supposed to know that you're highly protected. All right, Moonology card to close it out for Scorpio. I dropped it. Fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. A new start is coming. It's the new moon. You and your loved ones are safe. It's new moon in Cancer. And have faith in your dreams is going to be on the bottom. That's not true. A time for healing. The Bosmic moon is on the bottom. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Scorpio. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, guys, tap that like button for me. I'm going to clean up really quickly, and we're going to move on to the last one, Pisces. Oh gosh, Diana, you're probably right. You're probably right. I don't know. That happens so much. It's like, see, that's how I know it's spirit, because it's like I will get done with the live and I'll be watching the reading over, and it'll be like the perfect card at the perfect moment, but I didn't catch it while I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like for Scorpio, it was this energy of it was easier to make better decisions because they feel protected. As maybe before didn't feel as protected. So it was like, it was just easier to go with the flow type of energy, right? I think I hear my son pulling up. He borrowed my car today, y'all. So if you guys hear the dogs, forgive me. I'm totally looking it up, Diana. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Will actually reach its full peak at 12:54 p.m. Now, see, had you not said anything, I would have never caught it till way later. Leo full moon just happened to me. Um, it's where we feel like something happened to us where we were so vulnerable, and then it's like we get this, like, I don't know, to me, I don't want to say to everyone, because I mean some of you guys may have a beautiful Leo full moon, who knows. To me it was like a throat punch, yeah, gut punch, definitely. And I didn't handle it really well. And I didn't handle it really well in like in front of others. So it was like, yay, great. um, but it makes you, like, it fuels you, right? It makes you like take aim, take direction, and fuels you to go get what it is that you want. And it definitely did that. I forget who I was telling, but I was like, it's like jet fuel. Like, yeah, fired up, gone. All right, Pisces, 129:11. I like all the ones. All right, Pisces, this is the week of January 28th through February 3rd. Queen of the Moon, let's get energy of the week. We have the Wisdom card coming out, the Peace circle on the bottom. It's kind of something to do with peace of mind. You could have learned something that brings you peace of mind. The timing for the timestamp had all the ones, but this card is 22. It could be like a new beginning in a relationship, like a new start. gain some wisdom. Staying focused, hold the course is the challenge or obstacle. Vast vistas, expand your horizons is going to be lesson learned. And miracles, expect the wanderers to emerge. Unknown territories on the bottom, you're exactly where you need to be. You're actually in a little bit of lack energy, like you're struggling to find something like buried treasure type of energy. I don't think it's actually like buried treasure, but it's like something is worthy. Going through something challenging, but it's going to have great value in the end. There. Sometimes I feel like I just can't, I don't know, I can't get the words out. It comes to my brain, I see the picture, it's super easy, but it's like when I go try to turn it into words, I don't know, it doesn't work out. I guess it's like when you're trying to translate a language to another language, but like they don't have a word in that language for this word. You see what I mean? It's like that. All right, so the wisdom card. Let's see what you've learned, Pisces. I feel like it has something to do with a relationship. Six of Swords, being guided. Ten of Swords to bring something to an end. Oh, yes. Scorpio coming out in your reading too, the Death card. The Death card says that something has come to a complete end. I said this, did I not say this, Pisces? But it's like it's renewed. It's a relationship that has been renewed. Staying focused, hold the course. Ten of Cups, happy home, happy family. Ace of Wands, new passionate action. The Tower, there's the shock, there's surprise. The old way of doing something is completely done. The Tower says that, oh, I love tarot. Okay, so the Tower says that something has shaken your foundation and made you realize that the foundation or the whatever you built on your foundation wasn't going to stand because the foundation itself wasn't firm, it wasn't sturdy, it wasn't, the right foundation. So it's like that had to be taken away so that you could get the opportunity to rebuild with a firmer foundation. For some of you, it has to do with a child. We got the sun card, and you always see the baby on the sun card. I'm not gonna say anything just yet, but oh my god, I can't wait till I can. But the sun card is also bright joy, happiness, and I'm not supposed to pull cards, by the way. When I see the tower, I just want you guys to know. Um, I kind of get in trouble for that because remember, I'm supposed to have faith, and I'm supposed to have faith in the cards, and it's like, yeah. But I wanted confirmation. My son's calling. I love you, Patrick. I'm totally still doing the live. But yeah, bright joy, happiness. It's not a bad tower card. It just says that you're going to build a better foundation. The Four of Wands is here, another big confirmation. Vast vistas, expand your horizons, think outside the box, Pisces. Four of Wands is firm foundation, financial security. It's also 1111. I could be talking to a set of twins. Ace of Cups is here. Trust your intuition. There's definitely an overflow of emotion, but it's bringing this great healing. It's this big heal. I feel like this is not a new person, Pisces. You are healing an old situation. You're giving it a clean slate. The happy home, happy family is now the main goal. Nine of Swords is on the bottom. It's like you've processed trauma. You went through the darkness, right? You've come out the other side. All right, expect the wanderess to emerge. I always get this energy with this card, like it's the genie in the bottle type of energy, like you're rubbing the genie, you're rubbing the lamp, making a wish. All right, we have the Hanged Man. That's you, Pisces energy. Nine of Pentacles. It could have something to do with like independence, being financially capable of, especially for those of you that has something to do with a child. Six of Cups, reunion, someone from your past. Big confirmations, right? On the bottom, Four of Swords. You did go through something, definitely. You definitely went through something that was challenging, painful, but it was like it was needed. There was great purpose here. And it's like now you get this clean slate to try something again, try something new, do something better, make better choices, be kinder to one another, love one another. All right, guidance. Angel inspiration. We have the show justice. Balance the scales. See what it says. It's number 14. It could be some Libra energy. Justice. It's Archangel Rakul. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I'm glad I could talk about this. We did some, was it free readings? Sunday night. Sunday night we did free readings. There was some person came in there. I'm not gonna say any names, but they came in and got a reading, and the reading was about a disagreement because we got Archangel Ragul, and Archangel Ragul is like the police of the archangels, right? Like he comes down to make the peace between the archangels whenever they're fighting over whatever. So it's like, by the way, that's what happened. There's been a big peace made over some war that you were in and some relationships issue, right? But I was telling the person, I was like, you know, you've had some disagreement. You got some shady characters around you. You know, you got some energies of whatever. And the person was like, oh no, no disagreements, no arguments. I don't know what you're talking about. That's not it at all. And I was like, man, that guy stuck out like a sore thumb, right? But it was funny because it was like, I don't know, a few minutes later, it was like one of the first readings we did, and then we did the rest of the readings. And it was like the rest of the readings later, I noticed that the person didn't stick around, right? A lot of times we get people that come in that like know me, you know what I'm saying, and like think it's funny to like, you know, come in and F around and find out, right? But the funny thing was is that like a few readings later, I noticed that person wasn't there anymore. And I made the comment, I was like, that's because they're off having that argument that I was just telling them about. But yeah, Archangel Regul is like the peacekeeper, comes down to keep the peace. And I just want you to know that if you're on the wrong side of that peacemaking, this person can be very, I like to call him the police. He's the police of the archangels, right? He can show very swift justice, very swift justice. All right, it says the ability to make correct choices and decisions and determining these and others does not come from judging, but being just in your evaluation of others. It means checking your own responses and considering all sides of the situation before taking a stand. The ability to judge fairly must be applied to everyone, not with the intention of being right or superior, nor from the need to control or dictate, but from the accurate assessment of the situation. Releasing the need to make judgment opens you to more accurate and empathetic understanding of situations and people. Taking time to try to appreciate where a person is coming from and what their story is will aid you in being less judgmental and more just in your interactions. The angels ask, do you tend to judge others before knowing their whole story? Do you feel others judge you unfairly? Tell yourself, I treat others justly and fairness and empathy. I acknowledge my own flaws without judgment or criticism. Definitely coming to peace, making peace with something. And it's very possible that something new has been created or birthed, or it's just bringing you great joy and happiness. Giving you the motivation and inspiration to like balance things out, make things right again. You have hold your vision, and I just want to show you, stay focused, hold the course. I mean, it's the same card, right? Surrender to the divine, it's the full moon. And last one for Pisces, please. Be bold and make the first move. It's the cardinal moon. On the bottom, conclusions are within reach. It's full moon eclipse. All right, Pisces, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, guys, tap that like button for me. Like, share, comment, subscribe, join, follow, all the good stuff, right? And that's it, guys. That's going to be your water signs for the week of January 28th through February 3rd. Thank you guys for coming in here and hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys so very much. This one did go a little longer than I had expected. Diana says Russia and Belarus control incoming media. Censoring what people can watch. Oh, yes, yes. That's very possible. I imagine though a lot of it does. Like if we didn't have the like they may be censoring that already, but if we didn't play the music, then we probably wouldn't have got that, notification. Like whether they were playing it in those countries or not. But yeah, it's just new. It was like a different type of notification. I've never seen it where it says, like it's not a strike. It doesn't affect your channel. It's got me a little nervous because we're right at the 4,000, right? And it's like you want your channel to be really clean when they're getting ready to give you your monetization because you don't want them to be like, oh, she plays music and she's going to keep doing that and breaking the rules, right? So we always delete them and take them off. And of course, I will go over all of them one more time before we reach the 4,000. But yeah, like it's kind of nerve wracking because it's like it's there, it's giving us a lot of watch time. So I really don't want to take it down. But I think eventually I'm going to have to because it does still have that little exclamation mark, regardless of whether they're saying it's not a strike or not, it still shows it. But I think it's interesting because the song was loop. So I feel like that's what we're all doing right now is we're getting out of the loop. We're breaking the cycles. We have now experienced this once in a lifetime Pluto transit, and it's like we're officially in the age of Aquarius, right? So it's like the old ways are done, and now it's all the new things. And thank you so much, Diana, for reminding me the wolf moon for Scorpio. How perfect was that, right? Leo full moon, guys, the 25th. It's almost here, almost here. All right, don't forget, I will be back tomorrow. We will do the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. 8 p.m. Central Time, guys. I'm not going to offer any readings tonight. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow after the earth signs. This one was just a really emotional, long one, right? All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you, ladies. My moderators, Sandra, Diana. Thank you so very much. I'll see everyone tomorrow night. I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Thank you.